Good afternoon and welcome to the Boulevard for this first round Premiership match between Hull and St Helens. A match that comes about by the arrangement of Hull finishing third in the table and St Helens sixth. Cup finalists St Helens have brought full strength side to the Boulevard this afternoon, and coach Mike McLennan has insisted that they're going to play with tremendous intensity. They're going to take this game extremely seriously and they're out to win the Premiership. Although it's only 6 days to that Wembley Cup final when St Helens meet Wigan, from the composition of this side it would certainly seem that he's going to be true to his word. As Hull, Greg Mackey leads out the Hull side, Hull are back at full strength, and there's a great mood of seriousness down in the dressing room today. They realise this is the last chance to pick up anything from this season, a respectable third place in the league, but in sudden death cup tie football Hull have been singularly unsuccessful, going out in the first stage of every competition. So this is the last chance to win cup tie style football today. And Brian Holwell, I know you believe that with Wigan and Widnes, the two sides have finished above Hull, both at home today, both looking slightly vulnerable. Always the possibility of a victory today, a home semi-final, and then Old Trafford is down the road.
Yeah, there's absolutely everything to play for. We know already that Wigan are fielding 12 reserves against Featherstone Rovers, and that might be a few too many, and that Widnes are short of at least 4 of their starts for their home game against Bradford. So if Hull do win today and either of those lose, we get a home tie in the semi. So there's plenty to play for. A little bit disappointing with the crowd so far. It looks as though we're only going to get 5,000, which is very, very surprising, given that St Helens are such attractive opposition and that the Wembley finalists next week. Difficult game to assess, I think, because you would think with them being at Wembley in 6 days' time, the man wouldn't maybe not be on the game. I'm not sure that's true. The coach has had them in Hull over they've spent the night locally, so obviously treating the game very, very seriously. When we were at St Helens, I think it was in February, tremendous game. A game in the end we lost to a quirk try in virtually the last second. And I thought, looking back, I think that's probably the game that cost us any chance of the championship, because we put absolutely everything in and we came away with nothing. But on that, certainly in the second half of that game, we did control the game. We've really got to take the game to St Helens, really hurt them in the tackles, and let's make them think about Wembley. Because if we let them run, we know what St Helens are like, they'll go all the way. Just seen a half break there by Paul Loughlin, a man we've really got to watch in the centre. So it's a bit of a blow for Hull, actually, that Damon McGarry isn't playing, but I'm sure Gary Nolan won't let us down in that area. Another one, John Harrison just been tackled, one of the tallest forwards in rugby league. John Neal. Griffiths at acting half. Taking it himself. Good tackle by Mackey and Harrison. Bernard Dwyer's hooking, although they've got Paul Groves on the bench to come on in the second half. Kick from Rapati. High to Gay. Lets it bounce. Seems that St Helens have got the advantage of quite a fair breeze, blowing really diagonally rather than down the field. Free kick to Hull for the St Helens pursuers, being offside, and Paul East would leave the pressure. Good touch, takes Hull up to the halfway. Dannett. Good run by Andy Dannett. Oh, ball heeled back by John Neal, who loses it. Patrick Ontop picks it up. Knock on there. Yeah, I think the referee was quite right.
So the scrum to go down 10 yards inside the St Helens half is given head and ball to St Helens. Griffiths feeds and wins the ball out to Bailey. Tackled by Mackey and Sharp. John Sharp back in the side this afternoon. Missed the Oldham game last Sunday. Cooper. Big tall John Harrison, tackled by Carl Harrison. Connolly acting half. Cooper. George Mann, the explosive George Mann. My man of the match in the Cup semi-final victory over Widnes for St Helens. Chipped through by Cooper, collected by Mackey in the sweeper position, and he'll play the ball some 10 yards outside the Hull 25. Turner acting halfback. Scrambles a few yards forward. Onta to Russ Walker. Carl Harrison hitting that ball up flat and getting over halfway. Mr. Tennant, the referee today. John Sharp making a good, strong run. Last tackle against Hull, 10 yards inside the Saints half. Mackey calling the short side. Runs at them. The ball out to Gary Nolan. And it's collected by St Helens from the knock-on. Cooper. The ball out to Ward. St Helens looking a little bit flat, but Ward gets it away to Mann. And it's out to Griffiths, who runs at the Hull defence himself. John Neal, the big tall prop, gets the ball away nicely to Dwyer. Bailey, row party, out to Alan Hunt, a man with some pace going down the touchline. Gets past Onta, looking inside to Bailey, drops the ball. Richard Gay collects, and Richard Gay finds some space on the counter-attack. Good run by Richard Gay. Gets the ball away to Onta, but the referee's going to penalise him. Mr. Tennant giving the penalty against Richard Gay for passing off the floor. Well, try scoring chances for both sides. St Helens really missed theirs, Brian.
Yeah, they did. I mean, it was odds on a try there, because it was a 2-on-1 and the ball went to ground. Richard Gay did well to run it back for 40 yards, Dave, but that's a bit of a blob to make on the first tackle, because clearly he was on the ground. Yeah, St Helens looked tremendous then. Good 70-yard move. John Neal running strongly. Dwyer. John Harrison. Very tall, John Harrison. He kicks the ball high. He's always able to pass it out the tackle. So it's essentially clamp his arms. First man has to go low, the second one's got to go high on him. Very strong man again. So Dwyer. Really got to stop, man. Very dangerous play. Griffiths. Knock on Carl Harrison.
Harrison takes possession back for Hull. Lee Jackson. Short ball to John Sharp. Already prominent in the game, John Sharp. Tackled by Ward and standoff Bailey. Jackson out to Walker. Russ Walker going forward. 7 yards short of the halfway line, Hull. St Helens offside to play the ball. Penalty to Hull. Chance to peg St Helens back well inside their own half. Paul Eastwood finds a good touch, and Hull will come up with the restart 2 or 3 yards short of the 25. Well, lively open start to the game by both sides. St Helens showing that pace on the outside. Alan Hunt, the willingness for their forwards to take it in and release the ball. Now let's see what Hull can do in attack. Eastwood gets within 20 yards of the Saints line. Mackey. Andy Dannett coming back up the middle. Mackey again at acting half. John Sharp finds Carl Harrison on the inside. The ball away to Mackey. Spinning around, trying to find some room. Just 8 yards short now, Hull. Set deep on the left. Inside from Onta to Ian Marlowe. Stopped only 3 or 4 yards short. Jackson. Andy Dannett charging for the line. Great St Helens defence. Great run by the Hull prop. Last tackle against Hull. Mackey The kick. Alan Hunt kicks dead. Good attack by Hull.
Yeah, tremendous drive by Dannett and very good defence by St Helens that first held him up, stopped him getting the ball down, then pushed him back. Good tackle, good kick there by Mackie. Took Hunt all his time to make it dead. Good pressure by Hull. It's like Paul Loughlin's going to take the drop out. It's John Sharp. Pushes off Jonathan Griffiths. Carl Harrison. Hunter. Nobody really running there for Hunter. Referee playing the first knock on, said both sides knocked on, so it'll be St Helens head and ball.
Carl Harrison already prominent today, Brian, with a couple of very powerful drives up the middle.
Yeah, we won't see more of those, because he's the man who could win the game today, and so has John Sharp, made a couple of good runs as well. We're certainly looking to the forwards to get on top. Jonathan Griffiths, well wrapped up there by Mackie and Sharp.
Central play just outside the 25. Cooper, Paul Harrison, John Harrison rather, big tall second row, good solid hit by John Sharp. Neil, that's good tackling, running into Sharp and Harrison, and Hull's physical presence already beginning to tell. Mann standing wide and still gets the ball away, but a great tackle by Eastwood on Bailey, ball and all. And Mark Bailey won't thank George Mann for that pass. Griffiths kicks fairly early in the tackle count. St Helens, as Brian said, have the advantage of what we could call a strong breeze. Neil Turner throws the dummy. Ropati doesn't take it, 10 yards short of halfway. Webb from acting halfback, covered by Hunt on the short side. And Ian Marlowe now bringing it up to the halfway. Ian Marlowe back in the side today after rested for the Oldham game. On to Harrison, suspicion of a forward pass. The referee lets it go. Mackie calls it on the left. Kicks over Connolly. And finds a great touch inside the St Helens 25. Not much angle to work with there by Greg Mackie, but an inch perfect kick.
Yeah, two good kicks so far by Mackie. Let's hope he keeps it up, Steve. First that the cross kick earlier on that Hunt had to make dead, and then that very tricky one for Connolly. Connolly was quite right to let it go, actually. Give St Helens the head and ball. But they're just, 5 yards from their own line. Griffiths. Oh, not a very good pass to Bailey, who took it very well at his ankles. St Helens will move this. Hull caught offside. Brad Webb offside there. Hull intent moving up on the right there before St Helens had time to move the ball out wide. Because they do that very well from inside their own 25, St Helens. Big kick from Paul Loughlin with the wind right behind him.
Play to restart. 12 yards inside the St Helens half. Jonathan Neal brings it up. Tackled by Walker and Dannett. Ward. What a good signing Kevin Ward has been. Maybe 34 years of age and in the veteran stage, but he's repaid all the money that St Helens paid to Castleford for him last summer. Oh, a good little dummy by Bailey, but well tackled by Carl Harrison. Cooper out to John Harrison. Again, looking to get that arm free to release the ball, but wrapped up by John Sharp. Mann. Kicks through, George Mann. Picked up by Bailey, a bit of fortune, and the ball's back to Mann. There must be a chance here for Ropati. Ropati going for the line. Has he made it? The referee gives a double movement, no try. Well, the second try-scoring chance gone for St Helens. And an element of fortune in it, because the ball kicked through by Mann came off a Hull player. And I thought there may have been the suspicion of a forward pass from Mann to Ropati, but well, great tackle in the end.
Yeah, good tackle by Lee Jackson. I don't think Ropati was too happy about that decision, Steve. I think he thought his momentum took him over. Difficult to see from where we are. But another let-off for Hull. That's twice. That's two possible try-scoring chances St Helens have had, and they've put them both down.
Carl Harrison bringing it back up for Hull. Andy done it. St Helens offside. And the referee, Mr. Tennant, not very happy with Jonathan Neal. Some a warning, and Hull have the penalty. I think Jonathan Neal must have questioned that offside decision. So Paul Eastwood to kick the touch. And right into our gantry. First one of the season we've had up here. And we're considerate enough up here to return the ball. Greg Mackey runs at the defence himself. Walker's run on the outside, used as a foil. Lee Jackson out to Ian Marlowe, the ball goes down. And that was good pressure by the St Helens markers, really, that put Lee Jackson under pressure, Brian.
Yeah, and the ball he threw out to Ian Marlowe wasn't really on it. It was dropping as it reached him. He couldn't really take it. We've really got to be aware of all these St Helens breakouts, Steve. They're both times, and not only do they break out, but they've got men there in support. Referee not happy with the front rows. Griffiths puts it in, gets it out. Richard Game misses him, gets him second time with Brad Webb. Connolly acting halfback. It's Cooper. To Bailey. To Wyatt. George Mann. Strong took a two-man tackle again and got the ball out. Les Quirk. Oh, good tackle back there by Paul Eastwood. Looked all on a try there. Cooper, Neil. Last tackle. That's 3 chances St Helens have had, 3 really good try-scoring chances. Bailey, Kevin Ward. Kevin Ward trying to take the tackle and slip it. He doesn't manage it, fortunately for Hull, 6th tackle.
Hull defence stood up well after that initial break there. Neil Turner is going to run it away. So Hull have survived these 3 try-scoring chances, but St Helens finding room. Brad Webb being wrapped up and Hull struggling to take it away from their 25. Ian Marlowe makes a good 10 this time. Jackson to Carl Harrison, but that's good solid tackling by 2 of the St Helens front row. And a penalty against St Helens. Play the ball offside. And Paul Eastwood is going to kick to this near stand here. So we've been playing almost 15 minutes of the match. No score, but it's certainly St Helens that have had the chances. Andy Dennett. Second match back after a long spell out through injury. Onta, Mackey. Long ball to John Sharp. It's a nicely back to Russ Walker. He's tackled immediately by Laughlin. Carl Harrison up the middle. Nice ball out to Richard Gay. Hull working their way towards the St Helens 25. Mackey kicks through. And Connolly gets out of the tackle of Jackson, but he's wrapped up by Gary Nolan. Jonathan Griffiths. Good tackle by John Sharp. Jonathan Neal. Another one of these tall forwards who turns to offload the ball. Ward. It's the ball away to Dwyer. That looked like a knock-on, and it was. And that's always, of course, the possibility with the St Helens style of football, that if the pass is half on, it goes out, and they don't all go to hand.
That's right, but Kevin Ward did well. You know, typical bit of Kevin Ward play, taking a two-man tackle and still slipping the ball out. Been quite impressed with John Neal so far. Worked very hard for St Helens at 8. Webb straightening up and going, but Shane Cooper reads the situation. Hunter. Sharp. Mackey. Marlowe, good handoff. Marlowe still going. It's wrapped up by Paul Loughlin eventually. Going blind again. Carl Harrison. Again, Loughlin makes a tackle. Sharp slips the ball to Onta. Onta must score. Onta's over. Well, good, excellent bit of play there by John Sharp. A very good support play by Batik Onta down the middle. Hull brought it this way to the open side, but most of those players were stacked down the blind. John Sharp took it that way, made half a break, took the tackle to Patrick Onta, who had, 12, 15 yards to go, and he went a little diagonal run towards, touchdown just 10 yards in from the touchline. Important score for Hull, rather against the run of play, it must be said, but should give Hull great encouragement. Quite a difficult conversion for Paul Eastwood, because it's kicking straight into the wind. Patrick Onsor getting a good response from the crowd. Very, very popular player at the Boulevard. Done very well since he came here in September. Very well thought of by the supporters. Paul Eastwood then. Eyeing up the target. Just wide of the right-hand post. So we've been playing, some 20 minutes? And score is Hull 4, St Helens 0.
So Patrick Ontar's come up with the 4 points, but that man John Sharp back in the side and slipping out a lovely ball under pressure after Mackie had changed the direction of the attack. Now that should give Hull confidence. Mackie clears his own 25 from that kick-off. Paul Eastwood acting half-back, but falls to the floor before the tackle comes in. Dannett off Jackson. Dannett makes a little break. It's the ball away beautifully to Lee Jackson, but he's dispossessed, and this is where St Helens are the most dangerous on the counter-attack. So they're back in possession with row party. Cooper, short side to Mann. Nice ball out to Hunt. He gets past Turner. Alan Hunt going for the corner. Richard Gay does enough to stop him, and he goes into touch. But that was another touch and go on Alan Hunt getting round Neil Turner. And Richard Gay, desperate last-ditch defence, Brian.
Yeah, just put 1 foot into touch. And again, George Mann set the situation up, took on task tackle, ball out to Hunt. But there was nothing really on for Hunt. He only had the touchline to go down. But as you said, he managed to get outside Neil Turner. A desperate tackle by Richard Gay, just knocked 1 foot into touch. Hull's heading ball. Sharp to Neil Turner. Hull just 3 yards on their own line. A respite from referee Tennant, who finds St Helens offside. We certainly can't complain about the referee's decision so far, Steve, on this offside. I think he's only penalised us once and St Helens 4 times.
Yes, St Helens giving a lot away in that area at the moment. And it does give Paul Eastwood this chance to relieve that pressure. And the restart will bring Andy Dannett into play. Tackled 5 yards outside his 25. Carl Harrison. Lee Jackson looking to support him, but Harrison clings hold. Ian Marlowe will bring it up. 11 yards from halfway. Hull lead 4-0. That Patrick Ontar try. Lee Jackson is well tackled this time by Dwyer and Roparty. Dragged back towards his 25. And again Ian Marlowe given the job of settling things down. And certainly no sign of St Helens lacking physical commitment. Even though it's 6 days from the Wembley final, they're tackling very hard and seem determined to give their best here. And that's Connolly getting it away to Harrison. He's tackled about 7 yards short of the halfway line. Mann is at acting halfback. And this time Hull offside. Both sides guilty of a lack of concentration in this area, Brian.
Yeah, I mean, the referee's taken them back a long way, but then he's entitled to do that. And he's penalising when they're straight offside, but he's penalising both sides. I can't complain about it. It's just about concentrating. So Helens are going to St Helens starting, 35 yards out from the Hull line. Neil taking it in. Walker. Oh, he slips the ball. It takes a two-man tackle and slips it out again. They're always aware, and we aren't just tackling hard enough at the moment. Kevin Ward. Marlowe came over the top there to pin his arms. Griffiths. Inside ball to Mann. Mann beats two defenders. Runs into Marlowe. Griffiths. Ooh. Fortunately, the support weren't in the right place with George Mann there. It's very difficult to stop. Harrison. Griffiths. Loughlin. Certainly no lack of physical commitment from St Helens. Shane Cooper, Dwyer. Ward against Taines. Don't get the ball away this time. George Mann going left. Dwyer. Neil. Oh, very, very important tackle there by Ian Marlowe and Carl Harrison. Very, very important. Good attack from St Helens. Russ Walker takes it up. Oh, makes 6 valuable yards, Russ. Good run there. To Ian Marlowe. Another 6 yards from Marlowe. That's good play by the Hull forwards. That was spectacular, but they've got to get in the safety zone. John Sharp on a run. John Sharp. Jackson, Mackey, Dannett into the gap. Bland again to Mackey. Kicks it over Connolly, but the ball will bounce up for him, and it does. He's in his own 25. Well, that should keep him there. Jackson. Half stops him, and then Brad Webb does stop him.
And Connolly loses the ball as he gets up to play it. A really basic error by Gary Connolly. St Helens about to make a substitution, bringing off Jonathan Neal and bringing on Paul Groves, but hasn't yet been made. The referee now, I think, is going to call for it.
So Groves will go hooking, and I think, Harrison's moved up to the front row and Dwyer's dropped back into the second row. This is a regular ploy by St Helens. Very good player is Groves, particularly acting half-back. Hunter. Tackled by Cooper. Mackey, same way, John Sharp. John Sharp, into the gap. Oh! Kept his arms free, John, let the ball go, but it didn't go to a Hull hand, it went to Loughlin, but fortunately he knocked it on before he collected it. John Sharp looks very good on his feet, John. He's sidestepping, getting into the gap and causing the St Helens defence quite a lot of problems. We're looking to get away with that one, though, because it's our heading ball again. Hunter. Oh, we've lost it. Les Quirk. Seems to me that Hunter and Sharp were waiting for one another to pick the ball up there, and the St Helens scrum half Griffith came in and took it off them. Eastwood's given a free kick away for holding down.
And this is a very fluid game, the ball going from end to end. And we have to say that most of the pressure so far has been against Hull. And St Helens have had these 3 try-scoring chances, but the score remains Hull 4, Saints 0. Ward has brought play within 35 yards of the Hull line. And scrum will go down. Russ Walker has picked the ball up, running away with it, but the referee's going to order a scrum. St Helens players looking on in dumb astonishment, as they will. The touch judge who gave that decision, they are convinced that the Hull player reefed the ball away, but Anyway, the scrum, Patrick Ontar's possession. Penalty against Cooper for not allowing Ontar to play the ball, tugging at his jersey as he was about to play it. This game has been a little bit messy around the rucks, Brian. St Helens certainly trying to delay those play the balls or interfere with them. Lee Jackson hadn't restarted play there. Paul Groves wandering back to the 10-yard line. Eventually play will start, and Andy Dannett drives it in. Mackie, Russ Walker, but not hitting the line with any great force. Runs into George Mann. Ontar checks and runs himself. Pull on halfway. Jackson trying to get away from acting halfback, but Groves has him by the legs. But looking a little untidy, but Carl Harrison makes a bit of space. Out to Mackie. Nice ball to Gay, out to Ontar. Patrick Ontar up the middle. Last tackle against Hull. 12 yards inside the St Helens half. Now, what sort of kick are we going to see here? Mackie's sizing up the options. He's going for the long ball onto Eastwood's wing. Eastwood kicks through. Should be taken by Connolly. Connolly finds a bit of space. Gets the ball away to Griffiths. This is where Saints are dangerous. Griffiths on the counter-attack, out to Bailey. They looked as if Ropati ran straight in front of Bailey to stop the whole defence coming, but the referee says play on. Cooper out to Mann, standing very wide. And I think that's the first time George Mann has been tackled with the ball. So far he's managed to unload everyone. John Harrison up to halfway. Ward at first receiver, meets John Sharp, gets it back to Groves. Hull move up, Bailey, but Laughlin finds the hole, gets through Webb. Danger again here for Hull. Ball out to Hunt on the wing. Richard Gay to beat, but again in touch. Great tackle, Richard Gay. Hunt pushed in a touch, some 11 yards short of the line. But again, that danger, Brian.
Yeah, Laughlin found a gap there outside Brad Webb. Went 40 yards through the defence to Hunt. And again, it all depending on a very, very important tackle by Richard Gay. But these long-distance attacks by St Helens are very, very dangerous. And you just feel that once, you know, they're going to score from it. Offside. I think it's signalled. I thought it signalled for offside, but it's a scrum offence and a differential penalty.
Cooper breaking too early from the back of the scrum, I think. Well, St Helens are spoiling good field positions by giving away silly penalties once they've got Hull back in their 25. Carl Harrison, 10 yards from halfway, Hull. 30 minutes of the game gone. 4-0 to Hull over St Helens. Dunnett drives up the middle. Gets well inside the Saints half now. Mackie. To John Sharp, running hard. This time tackled by Bailey and Cooper. Gay. Richard Gay chips through, collected by Griffiths. And the strong Welshman battling his way back up towards the halfway line. John Harrison's made the break. And really Hull asleep again, out to Ropati. He doesn't take it, but Hunt does. And he's tackled short of the 25, and another break. Ward, inside to Cooper, forward pass. And that would have been a try, Brian Holwell.
Really, at times, St Helens are just breaking through the whole defence at will. We had John Harrison, half a minute ago, then Kevin Ward, and they make it look all so easy to break through. Marginal forward pass from Ward there to Shane Cooper, or he'd been under the posts. Another let off for Hull. That's at least 5 chances in this first half. I think it'll be a free kick to Hull. Yeah, it was George Mann interfering with Ontap picking the ball up. Well, it's Tuggy de Cooper. I thought it was Mann. It's a let off for Hull. It's another penalty. Should take us out the danger zone.
Very much a pattern of the game at the moment. St Helens making breaks into the Hull 25. Desperate last-ditch defence by Hull, and then at the scrums, St Helens conceding the penalty. Carl Harrison. Well, Hull so far have weathered the storm. Lee Jackson finds some room on the short side. Sharp. John Sharp runs back up close to the play of the ball. Onta. Walker. Gay. Marlowe. The referee gives a forward pass. Well, wasn't in a great position to see that, Mr. Tennant. But that's his decision. And Jonathan Griffiths to feed this scrum. And he gets away, Jonathan Griffiths. Tackled by Turner. Again, Hull under pressure, 10 yards inside the Hull half. Griffiths will play it. Man at acting half. Knocked back, says the referee, from that fumble. Bailey shows the ball. Taken by Webb. Lost the ball in the tackle. That was a good strong tackle by Webb and Walker, I think. And the ball was certainly dislodged. And Bailey loses possession. Well, how St Helens have not scored, Brian, rather beyond me, really, because the number of well-guided attacks, desperate last-ditch defence by Hull.
Yeah, I mean, the breaking Hull's land much easier than Hull are breaking theirs. No doubt about that at all, and it's just really bad finishing, which we don't always associate with St Helens because they don't finish so well. But as I said, you know, at least 5 good scoring chances have been missed by the Saints. Hull are very fortunate to be leading by 4 points to 0. Could be a blow for St Helens if Bailey has to go off the standoff. Looks as though he's going off, and David Tanner's coming on. Another decision, bit of a decision gone Hull's way there. It's Hull's heading ball from the scrum, where I think the referee might have handed the ball over from the St Helens player to play. Hunter feeds. John Sharp picks it up, goes to acting half. But he loses the ball, Man takes it off, but fortunately for Hull, Lee Jackson collects it. Hunter, Marlowe. Hunter again. But Grove comes on his blind side and tackles him. Grove lays all over him. Jackson. Mackey. But St Helens tackling down the centre of the field. Very good, very sharp. They aren't falling for this. And I think Mackey took a hard tackle there from Bernard Dwyer. I tell you what, St Helens are doing very well, Steve. If you notice, next time we'll get a penalty. They're invariably offside when Hull tap the ball at the penalty. They're moving up, and now the linesman or the referee appears to be spotting it. But in fact, Hull have got less room from a tap penalty when they should have 10 yards than they have to play the ball when they should have 5.
Seems to me that they're pushing the referee's tolerance to the very limit on all of these things, at the play of the ball, at scrums and so on, breaking early. They're trying what they can. So far, Mr. Tennant has stood up to it and has given the penalties. But it looks as if that's part of the St Helens game today. Walker. But so far, they've had the better of this game in terms of the play, but they're behind on the scoreboard. Sharp inside to Dannett. Jackson out to Onta. Mackey. Kicks through Mackey, but it bounces off Ward. Knocked down, chance again for St Helens. Gary Nolan trying to make the tackle. Ward stands up, gets it away to Laughlin. Again, the pressure for Hull. Man acting halfback. Will go on his own. Tackled this time. Certainly didn't regain his feet in playing the ball. Row party. Numbers here. Nice ball out to Tanner, the substitute. Well tackled by Brad Webb. St Helens only 10 yards short. Griffiths, first receiver. Cooper. Ward. Suspicion of a forward pass, but Ward's under the post, I think. He makes it. And that pressure has finally told. Kevin Ward beating off the tackles. Fed by Cooper. And in under the post, Brian.
Yeah, I think there was... certainly was a suspicion of a forward pass of the ball from Cooper to Ward, but it's no more than St Helens deserved, to be perfectly honest. Because they've looked better than Hull in this first 40 minutes. Another break down the right that Hull managed to contain, but then the ball moved back into the centre of the field. Cooper held up the ball. Ward ran onto it, was too strong for Gay's tackle. With Loughlin right under the post, it should be 6 points to 4. And I make it that we've got about 3 minutes to half-time. Loughlin makes a conversion, so it's Hull 4, St Helens 6. And certainly, when we consider whether St Helens have Wembley-itis, certainly no sign of that at all. They're very, very committed to this game. As far as I can say, there's nobody in the St Helens side holding back whatsoever. They're really fired up for it, they're very physical, and they're playing very, very well indeed, and they're certainly moving in very quickly to tackle. Much quicker than Hull are, actually. I think that's the difference in the team, Steve.
Yes, St Helens, although they've looked good moving it out wide, they've had forward dominance as well, haven't they, really? Up the middle. Mackey kicks off, Hull behind 6-4. Couple of minutes left to half-time. Tanner plays it, 5 yards short of 25. John Harrison runs it up. Hull get the ball back. John Sharp. Lee Jackson finds some space. Lee Jackson taken by a high tackle. That looked a pretty bad one by Loughlin. Hull crowd baying for the send-off. Mr. Tennant certainly not going to do that. He would have taken that action before now. Pulling up the clock, Lee Jackson getting attention. The referees interpreted it as a sort of instinctive reaction. Hull have the penalty. Lee Jackson groggily getting to his feet. Well, we can't see that again on replay, but certainly looked a pretty bad high tackle, Brian.
Yeah, it was sad. What happened was Jackson received the ball from John Sharp, went accelerated into the gap, and Loughlin came across and certainly took him high. Loughlin was very apologetic afterwards, but certainly seemed hard to meet, and certainly Jackson certainly felt it. Looks like he's counting his teeth at the moment. But Paul Eastwood has got the chance to equalise the score. Pretty straight into the wind, but I think he should get this one. And he does. So it's Hull 6, St Helens 6. Groves running to kick off. Places the ball for Loughlin, long kick for Loughlin. Turner collects it. Seemed to come off Sharp's shoulder then. Turner tries to get outside Hunt, but not quite quick enough. Brad Webb. Richard Gay. But Cooper just stands there and takes him. Lee Jackson put to ground by Shane Cooper. Andy Dannett drives in. 3-man St Helens tackle. Last tackle for Hull. To Mackey. Little kick over Mackey. Oh, it bounces well for Hull. To Gary Nolan. Out to Sharp. Oh, Eastwood's come inside. There's nobody on the wing. There is now. Mackey's going down the right. Slips it inside to Walker. Good covering tackle by St Helens. So it's a sick tackle. It'll be St Helens to play the ball. But if Eastwood had been on his wing there, he'll had a real chance down the right.
John Harrison replies for St Helens. Looks to get a ball away to beautifully to Cooper. He's looking for support, finds row party. Back to Cooper, ball goes to the floor. The referee will give the knock on. But these St Helens forwards, Brian, hitting the line and getting rid of the ball. Probably more often than any side we've seen here at the Boulevard this year.
Very, very good, and certainly they've got rid of the ball much better than Hull have. That was a good pull by John Harrison then. Mackie. Talbara party. Gay to Nolan. That's a half-time hooter.
So, half-time comes with the score. Hull 6, St Helens 6. And I think we find it a little surprising that it is 6-all, because that's a good scoreline for Hull at the end of this first half. St Helens have been on top for much of the half. 5 or 6 clear-cut chances, which they haven't taken. A mixture of desperate last-ditch defence by Hull. Richard Gay making some excellent tackles and 1 or 2 sloppy passes. But really, they've opened Hull up far too much for Noel Cleale's liking. And nevertheless, Hull are in it, 6-all. Second half to come, and still with a great chance of winning the game. But that defence up the middle has got to tighten up, Brian.
Yeah, it hasn't really. I think, you know, we've got about our strongest pack of forwards out today. We've got our regular halfbacks back as well, and I can't really see why we're playing as badly down the middle as we are. We've had 1 or 2 patches after about 20 minutes when Carl Harris looked very dangerous, made some runs up the middle, and John Sharp's done quite well. But overall, the St Helens 6 are definitely outpointing the whole pack at the moment. Kevin Ward's tremendous. He's making these big runs, standing up, getting rid of the ball. So is John Harrison. Very, very good. And that man, George Mann, hasn't quite created a try yet, but you've a feeling that he's going to do before the 80 minutes is up. Very, very strong. And I think on the commentary we said it was about, we've been playing 25 minutes before Hull put him on the ground. Very, very dangerous. Very well balanced pack, St Helens. They've got people who can run, people who are strong, and in Shane Cooper they've got an excellent ball handler. But having said all that, they've bombed quite a lot of chances, St Helens, and I'm sure that Hull can and must play better in the second half, and I'm sure their ears are burning now. I imagine Noel Cleale's really going to go at them, because to me, what has also shown in this game, it seems to me that St Helens have a greater edge to win, Steve, than we have. You know, they're really going for this game. And they've got Wembley in 6 days' time, and if you looked, you'd say it would look like we were playing as though we've got Wembley in 6 days' time. Well, we haven't. It's a game we've got to win. We've got to win for the club. And just interrupt a minute. This is the Hull Alliance team receiving the trophy for winning the league this season, and winning it very comfortably indeed. And we would hope that some of the players there who are receiving their mementos will be playing in the first team in the very near future.
As well, already this year we've seen Steve McNamara, Dean Busby, and now Gary Nolan come through. Lee Hanlon, of course, also played a couple of matches in the last month. And 1 or 2 of them starting to make their way, but for the second year running, Hull have won the Alliance Championship. And that reflects great credit on the coaching staff, Steve Crooks and Stan Pickering, alongside Noel Cleale. So, we'll be back for the second half shortly with the score: Hull 6, St Helens 6.
At EYG, we're committed to quality. The many customers who bought their windows, doors and conservatories from us tell us that the expertise of the company after 20 years in the business is abundantly evident at all stages of production. All your windows, doors and conservatories are custom built in our modern factory. Because of this, we eliminate the middleman and ensure that our quality comes to you at a price you can afford. And speaking of quality, take a look at the way we make your Slenderline UPVC windows and doors. At EYG, all joints are heat welded, not for us the glued and screwed methods of some manufacturers. It's perhaps not surprising that Slenderline UPVC systems are the most popular range of windows, doors and patios. High insulation coupled with freedom from maintenance are the two major factors which add to the growing number of satisfied customers. A unique multi-chamber design gives extremely low conductivity and high insulation value. Most sections are reinforced for strength with a galvanized steel insert. UPVC's brilliant white looks are as durable as the product itself. Weathering tests have proved a color durability of over 20 years. At EYG, all our glass sheets are machine cut, avoiding waste and unnecessary cost. This sequence shows how your double-glazed units are made. The glass is scrupulously cleaned through high-pressure washes and then rigorously inspected. Our 20mm spacer bar is placed on the glass. Another pane then follows to complete the unit. The unit is hermetically sealed for additional strength and insulation. And all our sealed units are made to measure for your own home. Just one of the ways in which we meet your individual needs. Would you settle for less? Our research and drawing teams give a high priority to the evaluation of any new developments in design, systems or materials. We're proud of our strong reputation, but we also look to the future. Hence the introduction of our Defiant residential door locking system, now fitted to most of our UPVC doors. In tests carried out by specialists, it performed impressively. 10 minutes of this kind of treatment failed to break the lock. Moreover, after the attempt, the door still functioned normally. The secret is in this unique system which uses long-throw 18mm upper and lower brass deadbolts to considerably strengthen the central lock itself. The result, remarkable security. Would you settle for less? The Defiant system is just one example of EYG's striving for perfection. There are many good reasons why discerning people buy their window systems, doors, patios and conservatories from EYG. They may be influenced, for example, by the care and attention to individual requirements shown by EYG staff at all stages of negotiation and purchase. They'll no doubt be thankful that they received no heavy sales pressure. With our commitment to quality at affordable prices, who needs hard sell? After you've placed your order, our surveyors call out to take detailed measurements. We're now going to look at the step-by-step construction of an EYG Victorian conservatory. Foundations and footings are built to last. A conservatory is strong only when its foundations have a depth more than adequate to cope with winter storms. At EYG, we're aware that a conservatory is an investment for life. An EYG conservatory is not just a lean-to, but an additional room to the house, which can be used all year round. Would you settle for less? Where brickwork is required, it's carried out by experienced professionals. Every stage of construction demands the same highest levels of skill and commitment to ensure that the Victorian is built to last. "20 years of experience lie behind our ability to work quickly, efficiently, and with a minimum of fuss. The Victorian is of UPVC reinforced construction, has roof glazing, insulating polycarbonate multi-cavity panes, and glass panels in 28mm double-glazed units. Like all EYG conservatories, it conforms to British Standard 6262, our commitment to quality, to you. Would you settle for less? Other EYG conservatories are the Regency, with elegant carved detailing on its main window units, and for those whose tastes lean towards Georgian, the Tropicana, with its solid GRP roof, adaptable to different property styles. EYG conservatories are designed to suit individual tastes, whether your choice is for a conservatory to blend in with a large residence or a small family home. Whatever the size or style, EYG conservatories are enjoyed by all the family. The growing band of customers who've congratulated us on our conservatories are complemented by those who appreciate the same high standards of EYG double glazing. When we fit your double glazing units, we understand how important your home is to you. We keep disturbance and untidiness to the minimum. This customer has chosen high security Guardian windows. These differ from ordinary systems in that, put simply, the windows are glazed from the inside. The problem is that however secure the locks on double glazed units, with most frames actually removing the glass panels is not too difficult. The EYG Guardian system beats the burglar by using glazing bead applied from the interior of the house during installation. The bead can't be reached or removed from the outside, and neither can the glass panels. Would you settle for less? In addition to UPVC systems, EYG provide windows and doors in aluminium or in hardwood. Like UPVC, aluminium requires very little maintenance. The EYG style harmonizes with all kinds of property. But if you're one of those people no less discerning who swear by the satisfying richness and texture of natural wood, we're sure you'll be won over by EYG's impressive range of top-quality hardwood windows. Each unit is manufactured from specifically selected kiln-dried hardwood, each unit treated to ensure the longest possible life. Would you settle for less? As you might expect, the same high standards of elegance and security are applied to our commercial windows and doors. Here too, EYG bring a wealth of experience in meeting your individual needs. So let's recap on the benefits you receive by choosing EYG. Firstly, security. There's the comfort of knowing that the protection of your home or premises is our top priority. The Defiant door locking system and our Guardian windows are clear evidence of this. Secondly, as members of the Glass and Glazing Federation, our strong commitment to quality and security extends throughout the range of our work, from the heat welding of our UPVC window joints and our internally glazed window systems to our meticulous surveying and our firm, solid foundations. All our work is enhanced by the use of top-quality materials in the hands of the highest skilled craftsmen. We give a 10-year warranty backed by 20 years in the business. And of course, because we, the manufacturers, sell direct to you, our prices are always competitive. Finally, let's not forget by how much EYG systems enhance your property. EYG systems are designed to make homes look more attractive, and because they can be tailored to your individual needs, they blend remarkably well in a wide variety of locations. At EYG, we meet our clients' needs to the highest possible standards of style, specification and security. Can you afford to settle for less?
So Paul Laughlin has led St Helens out for the second half. Didn't think any changes in the Saints side. And as Hull return, similarly no changes. So Hull, who've been under the cosh for most of this first half, find themselves level at 6-all. We think the wind has got up a little during the half-time interval, and what there is would certainly seem to favour Hull. So let's hope they can play a more normal sort of game, pinning St Helens back in their own half, in their own 25, and keep them there. Laughlin's kick-off taken by Onta. Finds Andy Dannett. Let's see what Hull can do now. John Sharp. For me, Hull's best player in the first half, John Sharp. Carl Harrison running determinedly. Carl makes the break. Can't quite get the support, but he's made halfway. That's a good run. Sharp taking it on another 10, 12 yards inside the St Helens half. This has been a good sequence for Hull. Jackson, Onta, Mackey. Mackey goes himself. Still going Greg Mackey. Pushing off St Helens tacklers. And Hull right back up to the St Helens 25. The last tackle. Onta, short side. Ball goes through, taken by Jonathan Griffiths. Gary Nolan makes the tackle, but Griffiths gets it away, and St Helens counter-attacking. Tanner. And again, Carl Harrison down low, but a little bit fragile, that tackling. George Mann. Cooper, Ward. Running hard at the line. Still going Kevin Ward, taking some stopping. Cooper out to Harrison, inside to Dwyer. Ball goes to ground, picked up by Walker. Hull back in possession. Did that well. Lee Jackson. Mackey. To Gay. Richard Gay does well to take it. Richard Gay up the middle. Great bait by Richard Gay. Can't get it away to Onta on the inside, but Hull now 20 yards from the line. Lee Jackson. No first receiver. Carl Harrison eventually picks it up. Inside to Marlowe. In Marlowe driving on. That's good play by Hull. Kept that going well. Onta. Andy Dannett. And loses the ball in the tackle. Taken from him. And here's Row Party bringing it away. Cooper out to Ward. Ward still going, not being put on the floor. Just outside his own 25, Kevin Ward. Groves acting halfback. Cooper. Ball out to Harrison. Very well read by John Sharp. Comes in to make the tackle with Russ Walker. Mann. Jonathan Griffiths. Ball taken by Onta. Won't have the pace to finish. Out to Eastwood. Eastwood with some space coming in field, though, but losing yards. Paul Eastwood out to Marlowe. Runs hard Ian Marlowe. Still going Ian Marlowe. 12 yards away, Hull. Didn't use the outside. Sharp. Neil Turner. Back inside to Webb. Taken by Gay. 10 yards out. Webb acting halfback out to Mackey. Sharp up the middle. John Sharp. Held up 2 yards short. The best pressure of the game from Hull here. Onta. Ball goes to floor. Picked up by Hull. Kicks in, but taken easily by Kevin Ward, who's tackled by Richard Gay. Andy Dannett comes over to the top to finish him. But Hull lost their way a little bit after very promising breaks. Tanner running it away for St Helens. Of course, a lot of these St Helens players playing for a cup final place. Coach McLennan has said that anybody who doesn't perform will be dropped. Row Party from acting half-back, right up the middle. Great break by the New Zealander. Richard Gay's going to make the tackle. Gets it away to Cooper. Griffiths. Out to Harrison. Out to Hunt on the wing. He's got to run in. No, Neil Turner makes a brilliant tackle, but Hunt gets up to score. And comes round to within 10 yards of the post. What a great effort by Neil Turner to stop his man. I didn't give him a chance there on Alan Hunt. But really the damage done from acting half-back by Row Party, where Hull's defence was extremely slack, Brian.
Yeah, we're slack at acting half, and Rapati set off. Ontai was sweeping, but he went past him. And then, you know, it was a typical St Helens try. All the support was there. It was all instant. The ball was taken and given in just a couple of steps, and it out to Hunt. Like you, I thought Hunt would beat Turner easily, but in fact Turner got to him well, just managed to tap his ankle. Hunt went down, got up again, recovered, went over in the corner and round to within 10 yards of the posts. Bit unfortunate for Hull, because I thought they started that second half much better, and it seemed to me that they've been trying to get the ball away from acting half, but a lot quicker than they were in the first half, and trying to hit St Helens out second and third man rather than round the ruck. But they were hit on the counter-attack by a typical St Helens try there, and no more than St Helens deserve when they take the game overall. Loughlin converts that, so it's Hull 6, St Helens 12, and we've been playing just coming up for 6 minutes of the second half. Greg Mackey to kick off. Mackey kicks off. Fielded under his post by Tanner. Brings it out to 10 yards out. Bernard Dwyer acting half. Out to Rapati. Rapati again. Difficult to stop down. Knocked off the first Hull tackler. St Helens have done so often this afternoon. John Harrison. 3 tackles gone from St Helens. Groves acting half now. To Cooper, to Kevin Ward. Kevin Ward cuts back inside, beats the tackler, and slips the ball out to Groves. But Jackson wraps up Groves. Groves thought about passing then, perhaps he should have done from St Helens' point of view. There's George Mann. Oh, good tackle by Russ Walker on Jonathan Griffiths, who came into the gap. Last tackle. Mann. Drops it inside to Cooper, to Dwyer. But Andy Dannett's in with a tackle. But St Helens look quite good then. Lee Jackson running off from acting half-back. Shane Cooper gets to him, but it's a penalty. I thought it signalled a penalty. The referee's just telling St Helens to get back. Ian Marlowe driving up. Harrison. Ooh, better run by Carl. I thought he was going to slip the ball then. Jackson on to Mackey. Mackey to Onta. To Brad Webb. But Hull really should be trying to get the ball wide. They're still coming down the middle. Mackey to John Sharp. St Helens man knocked it down, but it's back to 1 for Hull. Greg Mackey on the ground there. Russ Walker takes it in. Russ Walker, oh, well tackled by John Harrison there. Lee Jackson going left. Nice ball to Harrison. But Cooper and Ward are ready for him under the posts. To Lee Jackson, to Onta. Mackey. Inside ball to Richard Gay. Richard Gay going. Richard Gay's over. Nice little reverse pass from Mackey to Gay. We've seen that move before But really, when Richard Gay started to run, there didn't seem to be that much on. But he accelerated into the gap, he slipped Kevin Ward's tackle, and he scored easily under the posts. Hull really needed that try, Steve.
Yep, try reminiscent to the one scored against Featherstone with that lovely reverse ball by Greg Mackey into the hole, and Richard Gay, his footwork was good enough to take him through the St Helens defence and under the post, and that's an absolutely vital try for Hull. They've had the pressure in the second half. St Helens had come up with the first try, and that's a great reply. And St Helens are actually probably, Brian, caught a little bit guilty taking the turnover, no kick coming from them. Dwyer conceding the turnover 40 yards out.
Yeah, I think they're pretty confident they can beat the Hull defence without the benefit of the kick. But of course it gave Hull 6 tackles, and then into the 6 tackles Grove touched the ball to give Hull another 6. So we've been playing just 10 minutes. Hull 12, St Helens 12, and it's a Hull's first substitution. Dean Busby coming on for Russ Walker. Loughlin. Fielded by Dannett. Dannett on the charge. Runs straight at George Mann. Last time he did that, Mann took the ball off him, but not this time. Brad Webb from Axon halfback. Good run from Webb. Another important 10 yards. All really fired up. Harrison on the charge. Good run by Carl Harrison. A little bit of mistake there, misunderstanding. Hull got away with it. Busby just slips Shane Cooper's tackle. Hull 35 yards out. Jackson to Mackey. Mackey will kick for the corner. It's a nice up and under. Oh, well taken by Tanner at fullback, but Mackey's up. But he misses the tackle. But Ontar doesn't.
Thriller minute stuff here at the Boulevard in this Premiership playoff game. Loughlin coming onto the ball. Carl Harrison did enough to stop him. I think he's collected a knock on the arm for his pains. Cooper probing around the ruck, gets it away to Dwyer. Dwyer going up the middle. Dwyer still going. Good run by the hooker, up almost to halfway. Ward takes on Busby, gets it away to Loughlin. Ball on the floor, knock on. St Helens again creating good space, but a handling error at the wrong moment as far as they're concerned. 12 each here. And 12 minutes of the second half gone. Hull have it from the scrum. Mackey takes on Ropati, tackled by Ropati and Cooper. Still just inside his own half. Ian Marlowe runs up, makes a few yards forward. A very steady game, Ian Marlowe. Switch of play, Sharp. Back to Ontar, the ball going on the floor, well picked up by the French scrum half. Jackson. Sharp, good tackle by Loughlin. Jackson again from acting halfback. Hull have gone a long way, last tackle. Sharp, Mackey, tries the drop, goes wide. Chance here for Hull, it's going to go dead. Drop out under the post, went off a St Helens player. Ball bouncing a little bit well for Hull there. And the crowd beginning to get behind Hull. What a good contest this is. Greater urgency in Hull's play in the second half. Taken by Webb from that drop out. Steps through the tackle, almost gets away from Dwyer. Got through Ward. Runs himself, Brad Webb. He's within 7 yards of the Saints line. Jackson acting halfback. Hull queuing up. Sharp. Out to Ontar. Taken by Ward. Jackson to Harrison. Busby not coming on the run, but Dean Busby finds some space, goes towards the line. Can he make it? He's over! Oh, great run by Dean Busby. And he had enough strength and power to get over and score a vital try. And really, when he took it, Brian Holwell, there seemed to be absolutely nothing on. He was standing still, taking it off Carl Harrison, but he somehow threaded his way through the gap for a remarkable try.
So just nothing on, was it? That was really down to Dean Busby. What a try! Because Carl made the drives, turned, found Dean, but Dean was flat-footed and just went on a diagonal run past two tacklers and got the ball down in most difficult circumstances. I thought they were going to hold him up, because Dean Busby's not the biggest of foes. He showed tremendous determination on footballing skill to get there. And all of a sudden, St Helens' cast iron defence seems that little bit more vulnerable. But Dean Busby's been on 5 minutes and he's made his mark. Steve Crook's on, giving orders. Eastwood to put all 6 points in front. And he does. So we've been playing quarter of an hour of the second half. It's Hull 18, St Helens 12.
Well, Hull showing plenty of character in this game. Under pressure for most of the first half, conceding an early second half try to St Helens and coming right back in it with 2 fine converted tries to have a 6-point lead. Ontar takes it from the kickoff to Gay. John Sharp runs it back well, gets over the 25. Jackson out to Carl Harrison, finds a lot of space, big Carl. The ball's taken from him though. Jackson has to make the tackle. Laughlin well tackled by Gary Nolan. Saints back on attack. Row party out to Griffiths. Still gets it away to John Harrison. Cooper, lovely balanced run by Cooper. Ball goes out, taken by Groves. It's back to 1. Griffiths. Carl Harrison knocked that ball out of St Helens' grasp. Ward rampaging into the Hull 25. Dwyer out to Mann. Mann looking to bump off John Sharp, but John makes a great tackle. Connolly out to Cooper. Griffiths runs, looks to offload, tries the pole that wasn't on, out of the tackle, and Andy Dannett cleans up. Gary Nolan from acting halfback, finding a bit of space. Valuable 5 or 6 yards. Ian Marlowe this time makes the 25. Jackson. The excitement building by the moment here. Eastwood set for the kick. That's a good towering kick. Right over Tanner, who's playing at full-back now. Let's see how good the Hull chase is. Gets around Busby, gets it away to Quirk. The winger's got some space, comes inside. Well tackled by Andy Dannett. That Hull chase perhaps not as good as it might have been. John Harrison running it up, offloading to Mann. Mann still looking to keep it alive, get some space. George Mann, don't let him in the gap. Great tackle by Mackey. Dwyer out to Ward. Ward over halfway. Tanner meets that good solid tackle by Carl and Harrison, ball and all. Cooper out to Mann. Well, the ball knocked down. Was it by a Hull hand? Neil Turner has it. Turner sprinting for the line. The referee says play on, try to Hull. Well, we didn't see how that ball was fumbled, but the referee quite clear that it must have been a St Helens hand, and Neil Turner having the presence of mind to chase through, regather the ball, beat the tackle and score under the post. Brian.
Yeah, quick thinking by Turner to hack on that loose ball. Rapati had time to collect it and make it safe. He didn't. Turner hacked on, but ball bounced kindly for him, collected it, went under unopposed. I can see that Hull looks like they're going to substitute John Sharp for Steve McNamara. I don't know if John's taking a knock. I know he was suffering from a groin injury. It's a bit of a limp. It'll be a bit of a blow if Sharp has to go, because I think he's had a tremendous game, as he always does. But it looks so. They're looking up to Noel Clint for instructions. Yes, they are. They're going to bring John off and put Steve McNamara on, but John don't want to come off. Paul Eastwood to make it 24-12. And he does. John Sharp coming off now then. Steve McNamara, pretty reluctant is John to come off. But he might be feeling this groin strain. But Steve McNamara won't settle them down. Very solid player, good defensive player. John Sharp gets a tremendous reception from the home crowd, and a very well-deserved reception as well. We've just been playing 20 minutes this second half. So St Helens have got plenty of time to come back, and they're fairly capable of scoring more than 12 points in 20 minutes. St Helens have done it on many occasions.
Not least of which last week, when I think they scored 7 tries in 19 minutes against Warrington in that 62-point hammering of the wire. Andy Dannett bringing the ball back up. More pattern in the Hull play in the second half, and certainly the forwards making more ground. Having said that, great tackle there by Cooper and Groves. Cooper does read defence work very well. Lee Jackson makes the break up the middle though. Gets it away, but Groves is lurking. Taken by Gay. Gay tackle on halfway, 6 tackle. Back to Eastwood, I think he'll put it in that corner again. Plenty of loft on that, it's on to Hunt. Takes it well, the winger. Tackled by Busby and Harrison. Mann beats Busby's tackle, but not that of Nolan Eastwood. And Dannett, but he's still going George Mann. My goodness, what a powerhouse this fellow is. Touch judges come on to split up 2 players as Mann and Nolan have a few words. St Helens 10-yard shot of halfway. Row party out to Laughlin. Great tackle by Brad Webb down low. Mackie in. Finished off by McNamara, and I'm sure that's the reason Coach Noel Cleal has brought Steve McNamara on to make the tackle at the middle. Big hit by Mackie on Connolly. Cooper chips over. Neil Turner collects, takes it well going back with Alan Hunt behind him. Richard Gay finds a bit of room. Richard Gay, a valuable 10. Crowd behind Hull. Jackson. But the way he held the ball, it was always likely to be robbed from him there. This is where St Helens are dangerous. Griffiths. Tackled on the 25. Mann gets it away to Laughlin, supported by Tanner on the outside. Tanner's going for the line. Tackled brilliantly by Gay and Busby. St Helens on the charge. Quirk from acting half. Gary Nolan down hurt. Cooper out to Dwyer. Dwyer tackled, but a great tackle by Lee Jackson on Tanner. Desperate defence by Hull, the last tackle by Saints. Short side, Cooper chips, brilliantly taken by Andy Dannett. Great take, Andy. Busby loses the ball. And Hull under pressure again. The scrum will go down. Nolan coming back into the line. At the moment on the wing. Obviously not recovered from that knock. Not the first man, I think, who's been hurt trying to stop George Mann. St Helens from the scrum, row party to Griffiths. And the ball taken over his own line by Busby. Well, was there a St Helens knock-on in that? Because if there was certainly no advantage to Hull.
I'm not sure there was, Stephen. No, I don't think so. Brad Webb half knocked it down. It went his own way there. Big kick from Paul Eastwood. But Tanner's got it. Tanner's looked very dangerous, actually. There's plenty of pace, Tanner. But I can say that about most of St Helens' backs, actually. Rapati. Good tackle by Busby. Harrison. Been a bit quieter this half, fortunately. Gets a nice ball out. Not quite, though. Referee says Shane Cooper knocks it his own way. Griffiths, he'll go for the gap there. And Hull short in the gap. Good tackle, Richard Gay. What a good tackle.
Great break by Griffiths. St Helens still going, though. Fumbling the ball. Cooper out to Ward. Great tackle by Carl Harrison coming over the top to stop it, but Connolly from acting half-back stopped 2 yards short. Last tackle. Can Hull keep Saints out? Knock on against Dannett. The referee adjudicates. Scrum 5, St Helens head and ball. Well, we've got still 14 minutes of the game to go, so there's plenty of time. The referee will order a re-scrum as the front rows collapse. Tremendous excitement. And although Hull have a 12-point advantage, Brian, you don't feel that the game is won.
Oh, not at all, not at all. You know, we don't think we've seen the last of the try scoring. Tremendous defence there by Hull to keep out St Helens, but I couldn't understand it really. Jonathan Griffiths, the gap was there. Maybe our commentary position is such you could see the gap, and the Hull players never really closed him down, did they? Let him go through it, and he cut back inside. Unfortunately, a great tackle by Richard Gay stopped the try. A lot of pressure from St Helens. It's their head and ball, 10 yards from our line. Lee Jackson just having treatment. It's Hull heel. Heel against the head at the best possible time. Tremendous tackle there by George Mann on Marlowe. Richard Gay, 5 valuable yards. Eastwood, put down by Harrison. Carl Harrison, that's better. But St Helens certainly haven't given this game away. Really big hit there by George Mann on Ian Marlowe. Mackey kicks. It's right down Quake's throat, but Quake drops it. It's gone his own way. Good tackle by Gary Nolan.
Well, a great chase by the centre and a good tackle on Les Quirk. St Helens back in their own half. And we've got a final score from Wigan. Featherstone have won the game at Wigan against the Wigan reserve side, so it means that Hull are playing for a home semi-final place now in the Premiership. A great chance of going to Old Trafford, but they've got to hang on in for this game. 12 points they lead by, 24-12. St Helens still throwing the ball around. Row party. The big centre making ground up the middle. Tackled 35 yards out. Cooper, long ball out to Mann. Laughlin coming in. The ball away to Griffiths. Griffiths got a bit of space, kicks ahead, Jonathan Griffiths. And a whole restart on the 25, so Griffiths must have got desperately close to that ball. Was that another St Helens chance? We can't quite see from here.
Certainly must have been a St Helens chance, because if Griffiths got his hand to it first. I thought Brad Webb was just going to outpace him, Steve, but obviously the referee thought otherwise. Lee Jackson's limping quite badly, but Hull have used both the substitutes. I don't know if Russ Walker's going to come back on. Lee certainly won't want to go off, but he's certainly lost mobility. McNamara. Good run by Steve McNamara. Holds onto the ball, a lot of tugging and pulling that the referee's allowing. Damn it. Good run from Andy. Pulled out, the ball was pulled out of his hands, but Dannett gets it back, so another 6 tackles. Very important for decision for Hull for another 6.
Ian Marlowe tackled just over halfway. Carl Harrison on almost supporting him. We've got 11 minutes left here. Jackson from acting half. Busby makes the break. Dean Busby getting on the outside of Griffiths. Still going Dean Busby inside to Gary Nolan. And a knock-on awarded by referee Tennant against Gary Nolan. I think he's probably right. Just a little fumble as he made the tackle. What a great break by Dean Busby.
Brilliant break from nothing. Showed great acceleration there and a lot of coolness to find Gary Nolan with an inside ball. Griffith feeds. St Helens. Rapati, but he's well tackled there by Mackie.
Rapati now in at standoff. Every scrum. Hull offside. Tap taken by Cooper out to Connolly. Hull certainly not back to 10 though. The referee says play on. That didn't look like a play of the ball to me. He's given the penalty against Busby, but really Connolly made no attempt to get to his feet to play the ball. That's a harsh call.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was going to go Hull's way then. He was going to penalise Colin for not standing up, but he didn't. Penalise Busby for not letting go of his leg. John Harrison running it in. Good tackle there by Dannett and Marlowe. Hull no, just got a tackle for 10 minutes. Cooper, knock on by Kevin Ward, and Steve McNamara's got the ball.
Great presence of mind by the young second rower. St Helens offside. 2 markers not in position. Kickable penalty. Paul Eastwood will come over to try and attempt this 30-yard penalty straight in front. That would give Hull a 14-point lead. One hesitates in this game to say that'd be enough, but it would certainly go a long way towards being enough. 9 minutes to go. Remember, the prize now a home semi-final Premiership tie. A half-time score from Widnes was that Widnes were leading Bradford 22-2, so it looks as if they could well win that. That would mean that Widnes would play Featherstone in this first semi-final, so that would leave Hull at home to the winners of tonight's match between Castleford and Leeds in the second semi-final. But let's not look ahead more than the next 10 minutes. St Helens is rather attractive physiotherapist has made a dash onto the field. Been told to stand still. Eastwood kicks. The ball comes off a post and over. Well, they all count, an important in-off for Paul Eastwood. Hull now 26 and Helens 12.
Well, that should be the game. 14-point lead with what, just 7 minutes to go. Hull should be able to hold on to this. Short kick there by Groves that George Mann collects. Groves to Cooper, to Dwyer. Nice tackle there by Ian Marlowe. Groves running off from action half back. There's a gap up the middle. Oh, desperate tackle by Carl Harrison. And then on to Rapati. Ball into the gap for Griffiths. Not a good one. Well picked up by Dean Busby. The referee says that Busby knocked on in doing so, but it'll still be Hull's head and ball for the first knock-on.
Ontar to feed this scrum on the Hull 25. Has good possession. Gay. Richard Gay running it away. Carl Harrison. We've got 6 minutes to left, plus a little bit of injury time. Jackson finds the Gabbard acting halfback. Thinks about the pass, but hangs hold of the ball. McNamara. Hull still in their own half, but they've got the points on the board. And it's got to be safety first. Ontar kicks into the Hull 25, St Helens 25, taken by Tanner. Andy Dannett up to make the tackle. Great tackle, Andy Dannett. Connolly out to Hunt on the wing, who's come inside. Jonathan Neal back on the field. Row party seem to have a lot of time there. Groves, last tackle against St Helens, still short of halfway. Man chips over. Alan Hunt into space, gets it away to Connolly. Forward pass must have been. St Helens, though, still very inventive on these late tackles. And Russ Walker returning for Lee Jackson, who's hobbling quite badly now. Walker back on in the 75th minute. And Hull have it on the turnover. Walker is bottled up by George Mann straight away at acting halfback. Ontar. Busby steps nicely, Dean Busby. Really, his footwork as he approaches the tackle is excellent. Carl Harrison up the middle, up to halfway. Hull. And McNamara drills the ball down into touch. Great kick by Steve McNamara. Pushing St Helens right back into their own 25 from where the scrum will go down.
Yeah, great kick by Steve McNamara. Very important 30-yard diagonal kick. Certainly St Helens heading ball, but both sides are pretty tired. And there's only, I'll make it 4 minutes to go plus injury time. St Helens trying to move the ball on the Mac line. Gary Nolan in with a tackle on Tanner. Groves. Well tackled by Marlon Dannett. To Cooper. To Mann. Oh, Mann loses the ball. And so does Carl Harrison. Bit of a fracas between Cooper and Walker there. I'm not quite sure who went over. It's Hull's head and ball at the scrum for Mann's knock on. I think it's about the first mistake I've seen George Mann make today. Hull's heel. To Mackey. Oh, Mackey runs right into a big hit from Cooper.
Well, St Helens have never relaxed the physical presence in this game, have they, despite this cup final? Only 6 days away. Tackling very hard towards the end. It's taken a great effort by Hull in the second half to win this game. McNamara out to Harrison. Beating off tacklers, back to Steve McNamara. Inside to Gay, but he can't handle it. Just couldn't quite pick up Richard Gay with that inside pass. But very inventive play. St Helens head and ball at the scrum, but surely now with 2 minutes plus injury time to go, Hull are going to get this game. Les Quirk is tackled well by Dean Busby from the scrum. Hull offside. And Mr. Carl Harrison awarded the man of the match. And been a great performance by the international prop. Some great runs in the first half. Second half, running, tackling, handling, a fine game. Well, the Hull forwards have certainly stepped up a gear in the second half. George Mann, Dwyer, Mann carrying the ball in one hand, the most powerful handoff in the league. Great example, and Greg Mackey pushed him back 5 or 6 yards. The power of those arms is astonishing. But Roe Partey loses the ball. Hull have it. Webb. Can they finish off the game with a try? Walker is tackled by Cooper. Surely Cooper was offside. Cooper in with the fingers onto Walker's face. Well, the St Helens captain is playing a rather strange role here. A few days away from Wembley and a gratuitous foul, Brian.
Yeah, silly, really was silly. There was a little incident between him and Walker 2 or 3 minutes ago, but I don't really see why Cooper's carrying it on, because it was nothing much at all. You hardly want to get sent off today with Wembley on Saturday. As it is, I think that'll be the game for Hull. I just don't see St Helens coming back. I'm sure Eastwood will take a kick at goal, which will use the best part of a minute up. Yeah, we are into injury time. It's just Eastwood's about 35 yards out to the left of the post, but well within his compass, I would have thought. We already commented, George Mann handoff is something else. It's like a sledgehammer. Tremendous. I mean, Mackey's a good tackler, but he went up top to try to trap the ball, and instead he got George Mann strong straight right hand in his face. Knocked him back 5 yards. Tremendous play, man. Eastwood then to try to put all 16 points in front. It's a good one. Yes, it's there. Good kick by Paul Eastwood. So it's, and there's a full-time hooter. Hull 28, St Helens 12. The players shaking hands as they're going off, being played in a very sporting spirit, except for that little incident towards the end.
28-12 to Hull. Well, we wouldn't have believed it perhaps at half-time when Hull had really hung in well to be a level at 6-all. St Helens having made a number of breaks in the first half, and clearly 4 or 5 try-scoring chances, but it's been a wonderful character performance by Hull in the second half. They went behind to that try just after half-time, Brian, having put on a bit of pressure, and really it was a great test of character then, and their boys have come up with the goods, haven't they? They've really hit St Helens hard. The forwards started to dominate. Mackey and Ontar buzzing at half-back, and 3 second-half tries. And Paul Eastwood pretty accurate with the goal-kicking to give us a 28-12 win. But don't let anybody think that St Helens have been a soft touch here today with Wembley only 6 days away. As we've said a number of times during commentary, they've played with tremendous ferocity and have been tackling hard and running hard and strong right to the very end. Good performance by them, and the great reward for Hull today, although they finished third, with Featherston's victory at Wigan, it means that Hull will be at home to the winners of Castleford Leeds, who play in that semi-final, that quarter-final tonight on BSB, and that will have an added interest, that game, for Hull fans now. So, try to sum this one up, Brian. A difficult game to sum up, because really St Helens were at times all over Hull in that first half, but Hull have come back to win convincingly in the end. In summing it up, could you possibly also have a word about St Helens' chances against Wigan next week? I wouldn't be surprised if it was a very tight final.
No, I mean, when we see this, when you look at the score in tomorrow morning's paper, Hull 28, St Helens 12, you think it was easy. It was never easy. The score certainly flattered Hull. I mean, I can't knock Hull for taking the chances, and they did. But really, St Helens were in the game for most of the time. And there's periods in the first half when they threatened to outclass us. And it was just the fact that they couldn't put the ball over the line, the most important thing in the game, obviously. But they cut us open down the middle in particular with ease. But we stuck to it. I think you've summed it up. It was about character today. And I'm sure Noel Cleland must have given a bit of an earful at half-time, because they came out with a lot more fire, determined to move the ball quicker from acting half. But having said that, as you said, St Helens got that all-important first try, went in the lead 12-6, and you thought, well, we're in for a bit of a tousing, but Hull kept their heads down, they kept playing, they kept tackling, the forwards kept running, and in the end we got the reward. But it was a real test of character and a test of fitness as well. And on those two counts, Hull came up trumps. As for the game at Wembley next Saturday, well, last time Wigan beat St Helens 27 points to 0. And looking at the two teams, I mean, we played Wigan, some 4 weeks ago. I think Wigan are better organised than St Helens. Having said that, I think coach Mike McClellan's done a great job for St Helens since he's been there, because they are much more organised, not quite as play off the cuff, quite as much as they used to do. And I think on that basis, and given that I think man for man probably Wigan are at least as fast and as powerful, I think I'd have to give it to Wigan on teamwork, Steve. But having said that, it'd be impossible to see that St Helens won't score at Wembley, because they create so many chances. They've got so many people can run into the gap, take the tackle, and slip the ball to the support player. They do it so well. I mean, we picked out George Mann. Kevin Ward's another one who does it superbly. And you've got Shane Cooper in the middle buzzing about, creating chances, putting long balls in, short balls in, making it all happen. And so next week, as I said, I'll certainly favour Wigan because of their organisation, because they have had a great season, they're a great club. But I certainly wouldn't write St Helens off, and I'm really looking forward to an extravaganza rugby league at Wembley on Saturday.
And we're looking forward to another extravaganza of rugby league here in a fortnight's time, when Hull play in the semi-final of the Premiership, one game away from that Old Trafford date on May the 12th. Leeds or Castleford, the opponents. We look forward to your company then. This has been a presentation by Advanced Video Productions from Steve Alderson and Brian Holwell from the Boulevard. Goodbye.